Welcome to our podcast. I'm Iris from the Hair Chapel in Brisbane. We know hair, we understand business, and we drink wine.
My name's Meg, owner of Era Hair in Brisbane also. We're here to have fun. We're here to laugh about the sad truth and reality of running business, running our chaotic lives and making it all work.
Cheers.
Cheers. Welcome to probably a heavier episode.
I think so. It's going to be a bit of a heavy episode, but I think it's needed definitely after the other episode where we were talking about what we're doing this year.
Yes.
And a lot of things when became apparent when we were talking about our health and our mental health.
Yeah.
So we thought we need to do another episode and dig into that a little bit further, because I think we are, as salon owners, as mums, as wives, we are very good talking ourselves into keep going.
Yeah, I can do that. No worries. I'll help out here. Yeah.
Yeah, and I know that from you. Yeah. I know that from you.
I liken myself to a golden retriever. Mm-hmm. Genuinely, I'm so happy. I'm so down. If someone needs a hand or whatever, I'm there, right? And there's no like, oh, I can't, or I didn't feel like it this morning. I'm the reliable. I will show up for you, even if I've got someone else's kid under my arm.
Yeah.
A pram half. The pram was like sticking out of my boot because I couldn't figure out, and I still show up.
Yeah, that's exactly right. No, and I hear that, and I'm very much the same. I've been in the same position where like you've got so much on, and then people saying, "Oh, I'm moving." I'm like, "Yeah, I'll be there, and I'll help." Yeah, don't worry about it. And then you think, why did I do that? But because that's who you are.
Yeah.
And
we'll
again,
always show up for other people.
Exactly, and we need to also understand that you are who you are.
Yes, it's hard.
Yeah, it's hard to change. So therefore, we thought we'd do an episode on mental health, and I think this is the first episode where we've actually don't have notes, so we freelancing it a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good because we want to talk from the heart, we want to talk from experience, and we don't want to sing from or notes or something like that. So you've been telling me now you've got a lot of tabs open for the moment. So we both know we've got ADHD, so that's a written rule, right? So, but tell me, what does it mean to have all these tabs open? Because I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. For me personally, I feel like sometimes I drink too much. Like I have to now schedule non-drinking nights in my life.
I know.
And then I thought, how did I get there?
Mm-hmm.
Because I've never been a big drink. My family are not big drinkers. We don't come from a drinking environment, and I know I feel shame about it because I know that I'm using it as a crutch to get through at nighttime. Because you get through a day and you're so tense, and I've been sucking on the back of my teeth all day, and we were just saying the eye twitch thing, and then your body's giving you all of these cues that it's okay. Well, now I can't keep going at this rate. I need to stop. I don't feel good about the drinking, and I don't feel good that coming from a family that aren't big drinkers, that I've chosen that path as well.
Yeah.
But then, you get to the end of the day and
it's just such a relaxer.
It's such a relaxer. And I'm a big fan of exercise too.
Yeah.
Like I love going for a run or a walk, take the dogs out.
Yeah.
And I genuinely, I love that. And I know that releases the natural serotonins in your brain. It helps me regulate better. It helps me think about things better through the day. And if I don't have a walk, I'm not as productive through the day, I don't think, as well. But it's not just that, it's the nighttime that at the end of the day.
Pour myself a glass. I've been a good girl today.
That's
my treat.
Yeah.
And I think this is something that we need to point out. And I think this is where it's going to become very relatable to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because obviously we talk to a lot of people in our chairs as well. So a very relatable subject. And first of all, I think we should mention then as well why we started this podcast and how we came up with the name Hair, Business and Wine. Because it's something that we use and I wouldn't call myself an alcoholic, but far from it, right? But I can drink a bottle of wine. Yeah, it's not hard to take a bottle of wine if you have a few hours in the night.
I have 3 hours,
3-4 hours. Yeah, and then it's gone, right?
Yeah.
So I personally hate the feeling of getting drunk. I don't like it, and it's not something that I would do, right? Yeah. But I do like to pour myself a glass of wine, but I'm a very slow drinker. So I can sit a very long time with a glass of wine. I savor my wine. So, but I love a glass of wine.
Yeah.
And I think it's become that excuse where you go, I've worked so hard, I've done so much, and we do a lot that we feel like we're not smoking, we're not doing this, we're not doing that.
Right, you justify it.
Yeah, you justify it. I'm not eating chocolate, I'm not doing this. So my glass of wine is my thing, and that has become my brand. My glass of wine is my thing. And therefore, I think we have become complacent with the fact that we can just say, I'll have a glass of wine.
Yes. And not really address anything.
And it's become a habit, and absolute habit. So it becomes that instant relaxer when I'm walking through the door. And I'm not going to lie, and I'm not going to hide it. I am, as soon as I walk through the door, I will pour myself a glass of wine. Yeah. Now, that has reduced a lot.
Yeah.
Again,
and you're looking great too.
Oh, thank you. So we were talking about health issues, and I've got my year of battling with issues this year. So before Christmas, I had a procedure done, and then they were saying I'm lactose, sucrose, and maltose intolerant, so I can suck on an ice cube.
Yeah.
So I've lost quite a bit of weight, and from that, I've made a conscious decision as well to drink a lot less wine, and it's really, really helped. And I drink a hell of a lot less wine than what I do. But I used to come home, and my husband had my glass of wine. If he was home, he had it ready.
Yeah.
I didn't even have to ask.
I mean, good boy.
Good boy. But the thing is, what brings you to that time where you think I've got nothing else but to look forward to that glass of wine
at the end of the day?
At the end of the day, not that you haven't got anything else to look forward to, but let's talk back about having all those tabs open.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, yes, you can be looking forward to that glass of wine at the end of the day. That's a habit that we need to change. That's a habit that you can change.
Yes.
But that doesn't solve the problem of having all the taps open, and that doesn't solve the problem of the issues or the mental health or the burnout.
Yeah. And look, I don't know if I'm necessarily the best person displaying the methods that I use which Franklin Covey, he does a management training, is well known, and blah blah blah, and so he does 7 healthy habits, and basically how to be a good manager, and obviously I've done all of those sessions, but one of the things that I've taken away from it as well is the quadrants. Right, you have 4 quadrants.
Yes,
right,
son.
and you have your urgent and important.
Yes.
You're important but not urgent. Your opposite of that. What's that? Important but not urgent.
No, urgent but not important.
And then neither.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And then how you fill your day with.
That to me was life-changing. I done that as well.
Yeah.
And since that, the things I've accomplished are humongous.
Yeah.
And I think
it gives you focus.
Yeah. Because once you can see it clearly, and I've had people who I've seen burn out because they have only one quadrant in their ability.
Yeah, which is all urgent and important.
It's all urgent and important. Yeah, but no.
Yeah,
it's not. But is it? And I very much go to my girls, like moving into the salon. I say, no, my brain is full.
Yeah.
So I have learned to say, no, brain is full.
Healthy boundaries.
Yes. And don't be ashamed to saying it. Not today. I can't handle it.
Yeah.
And I have no problem saying to my girls, no, can't handle it. Write it on a piece of paper. Because today I'm already full. Yeah. You are the 20th person who asked me to do something today, and that I have to add on my 4 quadrants, and I need to figure out where you're going to go. And by putting it on a piece of paper, I can put you in that quadrant.
Yeah.
And then I need to figure out, I can come back to it.
Yeah.
don't get me wrong. If it's very important, and I would read it and
If it's
I
urgent
search it,
and important,
yeah, then
we will
we will prioritize that. But then if it's like I want to have a holiday next year in 6 months'
that can
time,
wait.
that
Put it on
can
a
wait.
piece
Put
of
it on
paper.
put it on your fill in your holiday form. Put it
Yeah.
on the desk. And for the moment, I love you, but I don't
Don't
need
care.
to. Yeah, I don't need to know where you're going or whatever. That's you
Yeah.
can talk to me about that if we're having a coffee.
Yeah.
But if you've got builders asking you what to do and collars processing and you have to help with a cut, and then all of a sudden, no, not important. And I think the 4 quadrants, if you don't know what it is, we need to add this to either the Instagram post or the podcast, so that people can actually learn the 4 quadrants, because
Yeah.
it's huge.
It is.
It's life changing. Yeah,
It doesn't stop you from saying yes, though.
true.
That's a you thing, right? That's a me thing.
Yeah.
More specifically,
Yeah.
I need to stop saying
Yeah.
yes.
I had one of them courses again that we did, and one of the biggest things that they said was the best day of your life is the day you learn to say no.
Yeah.
And I think I am who I am because I am my mother's daughter.
Yeah.
And my mum would be horrified if she my mum is very much like keeping up not with the Joneses, no that's
Keeping up
not
appearances.
and therefore it's got to be oh yes or look or whatever,
like I'm doing well, I'm working hard,
yes,
I'm-
correct, yes. But I've learned that is definitely the wrong approach, and it took me a long time to actually say no,
Yeah.
and I can do that now.
Yes.
Oh, I've been set free. I think last year I learned so much and I've been set free. So that's something you need to learn now. How are we going to do that?
I don't know. Lord help me. I feel like I just need to get through now. Like I've already started it, right? Like I've already started the renovation, and same as you're probably feeling the pressure too with, you can't choose to have the end result and not do the hard work to get there.
No.
So, if you choose to do a renovation of your house or your business, which I'm so excited to see yours. It's looking so good.
Yeah.
You have to do the hard work, right? But like, what do you compromise?
What do you sacrifice?
Right.
Compromise, sacrifice.
Yeah.
There's always, again, and you need to put it in your 4 quadrants.
I know. And then I go and open my big mouth and because I am the person that will always want other people to succeed. So Chasey this morning, I didn't get him into drama club. I'm a bad mum. So I end up volunteering. I'm like, look, I've missed the form because the previous years they just rolled over, right? We've never had to fill out a form before. So I said, look, if there's anything we can do, I'll even volunteer. I'll come volunteer.
Yeah.
Do you want me to sew? I can't sew. I'm terrible with kids as well. Well, I'm not terrible, but I did do an excursion and one kid picked up an axe. But other than that, I'm good. I do have a blue card.
Yeah. You're like, no, let's put that down, darling.
That was my bad.
Yeah.
So maybe don't trust me with a lot of kids. But if you need me to do handstands or something with the kids, I'm there. I can, I'll chip in however. But that's my go-to.
Yeah.
How can I help?
Yeah. It's this feel-good factor that you need from that because you want to.
I want to help everyone.
I want to help, but you can't. It's not your job to help everybody. Everybody has to help themselves.
Yeah, but sometimes just a little hand up or a little,
Yeah, but you need to learn to say stop. Okay. I think it's a big thing, again, which I learned, is you're not there to sacrifice your life to support other people or to help other people. The amount of times I have said that to people or I've even said that to my daughter as well in the past when she's had situations that she was in and she felt the need or the person was putting her on the pressure on her and making her feel so bad and it's her fault, or I've had it where manipulation. Yeah, but it's not your job.
I'm not manipulated. I've just got a big mouth.
You just got a big heart. You've got a big heart. There's two different things. Not maybe a big mouth too, but hey, it's really about the heart here. So yeah, you need to learn to say no.
Yeah.
You need to put everything in the quadrants, because otherwise you say yes to everything, and then you are in the situation that you're in right now, and then how are you going to get yourself out of it? If you keep on saying yes, because then you replace one thing that's finished with another thing. So your bucket is never reducing. Your bucket is overflowing for the moment. And it's all flowing over. Yeah. And you just having all the tabs open, like you say, and putting all the balls in the air.
Well, that's it, right? You've got my normal job tabs. I've got the business tabs. I've got the run the family, keep everyone alive, make sure everyone's fed tabs. Then you've got the renovation tab, the foster care tab, and it feels like it just keeps going.
Too many tabs. I'm
Well,
listening to you, and I'm
computers. I feel like they're computers, and inside each of those, then has like 20 tabs open.
Yeah. I bet you if you open your computer, you have different and hundreds of tabs.
Hundreds, because I don't want to forget. It's like a to-do list.
I know.
Yeah, and then I can have that sense of achievement once I've done that. And I'm organising a family holiday as well because...
Of course, because that's what you do.
Because if no one else organised it, then we would just be 10 people rocking up to a restaurant going, can you fit us in?
Yeah, yeah. This is...
No, I need to organise that.
Yeah, but isn't it... Okay, I totally agree. Because we are the people who want it, and therefore, if it's not organized, it's not being done. So everybody else, including my family,
that we're reliable.
And does it. And if we don't do it, it doesn't get done.
Yes.
And then we get angry with the people saying, "Oh, why didn't you order the restaurant? Or why didn't you do anything? Or why didn't you do?" Well, or you didn't ask me, or I didn't have to, or whatever, or you always do it, or whatever. And but that's not the attitude. And I think that is where the problem is, because I'm the organizer. I'm the one who always does it.
Yeah.
But if I don't do it, it doesn't get done. And I think I have been disappointed so many times when I was hoping the person was going to take initiative, and it just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
None of this would be possible with our amazing sponsors, NAC.
And either would great hair.
Do you want to be part of a great hair care range, education team, and community? Go to their website, nachair.com.au. I'm happy with accepting a turd in a bag, but I cannot have the fact that my birthday passed and there was nothing or something. I think that is where
so I go out and buy myself a nice handbag.
Yeah. So I spoiled myself. And this is it. All right, so talk about that. It's my 50th this year. Big 50, half a century. I've chosen where I will be for my 50th. We're going to be on a canal in Venice with a nice room opening up, and I'm going to go and probably spoil myself with a little bit of Louis that day, because it's a must.
It's a must.
Yeah, because, Kmart is good. I love Kmart, and I don't mind another... absolutely wrong, but that's the ability of my husband, and that will always be his ability because he hasn't got a clue. So I've had to organise it myself, but I know now I won't be disappointed because I've got my whole family there, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
But it's another tab that you had to be open whilst you had all the other tabs open. But I suppose, is it because we're able?
Yes.
Is it because we're able?
Capable sometimes.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that we should be impacting our mental to the detriment to our own mental health. Yeah. It's okay to say yes, but it's okay to say no.
So we've spoken now about the fact, it's affecting our mental health, and our go-to is a glass of vino rojo, a good old glass of wine. Okay, but that's not it, right? That is just to soften it on the day. Because what is the mental health impact? What could be, where could it lead to? Because I think that is what the worst thing is. Where can these things lead to?
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? I've had 2 conversations, and I feel like it's almost God saying this is enough, right? And there was one where I was at a client workshop, and one of the guys there said to me, "Hey, you're running at a rapid rate. I see you. Just be careful," because I've ended up where I've seen where it ends people. It ends people in hospital, and it was a really dark time for me, and it took a while to get out. Yeah. So just be mindful. And then another one, which was a family friend. I went to a barbecue, and a family friend said, and they're a family I really, really respect as well. They're very capable people. They run a very successful business, and even he said to me, and I to be really candid, I was never expecting a disclosure from this person of this magnitude as well. And even he gave me a warning. He said, hey, look, I see you running really fast, but just be mindful because it's not a good place where it ends. It ends you in hospital.
Yeah. And that could be a positive.
A forced stop.
A forced stop. As much as we have to call it that is as bad as it is.
Yeah.
A forced stop could be a positive thing.
You know what's really hectic as well is I actually look forward to when I go for surgery.
Yeah. Don't say that. I said that the other day.
I do. I look forward to the sleep. I have a couple of days. No one's coming at me. I mean, I'm still doing everything, the basics that I need to do.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Like, this is how pathetic I am that I look forward to going.
I hear.
I'm going to get a good sleep where I'm not waking up at 3 a.m. thinking of all the things I should have said or I didn't do or what I'm going to do today.
Yeah.
Or, okay, so this is what I wake up thinking is, all right, so today I need to do X, Y, Z. This is my priority list. This is how I'm going to do it. Really, I should be writing that down the night before.
Have you got a pen and paper next to your bed?
No, but
You
I don't.
need to.
But I want to remove that habit. I want it to be.
Oh, okay.
What I want to do is the night before have all of that set out, so my brain's not trying to tick in.
Yeah, which is good. But if something props up in the middle of the night, where are you going to put it? You can't go back to sleep. You have to put it down.
Yeah.
So a notepad, put it down so you don't forget it because, I need to remember that in the morning and you wake up, boom, back to square one.
If I start writing though, I'm going to get up and go to my desk and just do it anyway.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I've got a little notepad and a little pen next to my bed, and if it's like, I would just write it down.
And go to sleep.
Well, not necessarily all the time. Sometimes if the brain is in overdrive,
It's
definitely
not
now, and definitely I've got too many tabs open for the moment, so the brain isn't working.
Yeah.
But I do have a little notepad, so I do write it down because I always think about it at 3:20 in the whatever.
Yeah.
It's never at 8 o'clock at night or at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's at midnight or whatever when I'm sleep. That's when you think about it. So that is something that somebody told me that and I started doing that, and that's really good. And then forced stop and being like put to sleep. Like again, yesterday I've been told that I have to have a full hysterectomy.
Yeah.
Boom, the whole lot out.
Big news.
Yeah, big news. So I'm not worried about the operation. That's the least of my concern.
Yeah.
Very looking forward to going into hospital, having a good sleep.
Yeah.
And that forced stop. But then I'm panicking about the recovery because I have to sit still. That is something that
don't love doing.
Yeah. So that forced stop is so good, and this is why, like I said, I always make sure that I have that holiday. And the only holiday I have now is in July, and we're beginning of the year, and pardon me, and I have known for taking myself on holiday and working on something. For a week that needs,
because you can't let your brain stop.
Because not only that, but I need to walk away from all my tabs open
to have the freedom, to be creative.
Correct, or to work
normal.
on something.
Yeah. In fact, I was working on a project the other day, and it's a really exciting. It's something really cool, and I feel privileged to be a part of the group. One of the things is we want to implement it. We've got a client lined up for a new AI project. We're ready to go, but we're going at a rate of knots, right? Like we're not going to stop. But what happens there is when we're pushing everyone to the brink is you lose the creative thinking. Mm-hmm. That's gone.
Yeah.
Someone said, hey, let's peel this back a bit. Mm-hmm. Like let's do a workshop where we walk through things. We take the pressure off. We don't sit here focusing about how can you do it sooner? How soon can you do it? We take a second to pause, and my brain, the first thing I said was, this is excellent because what you're going to get is much better outcomes. Yep. You're going to get it done quicker because people get that the fatigue and the freeze up, right?
Yeah, brain fog
because the pressure's on so much and you need to perform and you want to perform. This is cool. This is exciting. We're all wanting to impress.
Yeah.
So having that opportunity to stop for a second, not look at it like this. Yes, we will do it as quick as we can, but the result is better by changing the approach.
Yeah.
Right?
I totally agree
Give
there.
people space, have that, let the creative side of the brain start functioning and
Fill it up again.
and right?
Yeah.
And go from there from a
We are not robots, but I think society is now so used to AI and this and that and the other.
Yeah.
The pressure, you have to perform, it has to be done, that has to be on my desk, this has to be this has to be that. And the performance is lacking. And funny you should say that, because we've had a bit of a situation like that in the salon.
Yeah.
We've hired some new staff, and then people were saying, oh yeah, in my salon we only have so much time to do this, or we have to this and we have that. And then I started to think, hang on a second, we take a long time to do stuff in our salon. And I was starting to like pressure, and all the girls were going, whoa,
short wiring.
Yeah. And they
I
were
don't
like
like
panicking.
this.
And then I go, whoa, stop.
Don't think of it like
No,
that.
I'm not doing that. We are the hair chapel. We are excellent in service. We do X, Y, and
We
Z.
care.
Yeah. And if I want to be like the other salon, I would have been like the other salon. We have set us apart. So we are giving more time. So the girls were, oh, thank God, I was so panicking. All of a sudden doing, half a head of foils in 45 minutes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not.
We
and
don't
then
want
it
that.
restricts the creativity. And
Yeah.
then we just become another boring, simple half a head of foils.
Yeah.
And we take the ability and the creativity away.
The value's gone.
Yeah, so we had to scale that back, and we have to go back. No, that's not who we are. And that is it. That tab goes open. You start thinking about it.
Yes.
It's open in your head.
So how can we do it differently
Yeah,
then?
and then we go, no, step back down, tab close. It's not an issue to us.
Yes.
Yeah, but I think, again, that's the ADHD brain, right?
Yeah.
As soon as something, boom, light bulb goes on, we do, no matter what with the ADHD brain, we do have to always have our tabs open. We're not happy if we haven't got
No, I get
tabs open.
bored.
Yeah, you're bored.
I've left jobs because I was bored.
Correct. So you will it's in our human nature that we always have a lot of tabs open. But that, I think, is why it's so special to talk about this, because there's going to be so many hairdressers listening to us who have ADHD and have a million tabs open, and know that I think that comes with the job of hairdressing.
Yeah.
Being it's an ADHD type person job, because we can handle so many aspects of the job. And but then that's where the problem starts. The problem starts is, how do we control ourselves, our health, and we don't move into that next chapter? Okay, drink that glass of wine. That's what we do. That's all good and well. Have a bottle now and then if that's what you need. However, when does it become dangerous? Like you say, a forced stop is one thing. When does it become dangerous? When it becomes depression? No.
Oh, right.
Or it turns it from just ADHD, just having a lot of tabs over, just becoming overwhelmed, and from overwhelm, it goes over bad slippery slope, starting to think bad, starting to think that you can't, because you can't overwhelm, you can't keep all the tabs open, you can't even close them anymore. There is none being closed, because you're so overwhelmed that you start to retreat into a dark place where negativity takes over, and eventually you're in that place that you can't get out. And who is going to be there to help you then?
Yeah.
I think that is...
You've taken it too far.
You've taken it too far.
Yeah.
And I think as soon as you see those signs, I think if you think that could be you, if you look at all your tabs and there's no tabs being closed,
it's time to start.
It's time to stop. It's time to sit back and maybe remove the glass of wine.
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
I think you're too far. Maybe go and see somebody. Go and see a doctor, and that's when you have to, or take the dog for a walk, or go
100%.
change your habits. So yeah, I think it's very important to have the ability to stop and sit back and
be self-aware.
Be self-aware. There's a book, 7 Habits. No, not highly effective people. It's from Chappelle or something. Anyway.
We'll find it.
We'll find it.
We'll
We again put it back in there. It's a very thin book. It's not big, but I remember I had my 3rd miscarriage, and I've been into hospital, ablation, like all that sort. You know what I'm talking about. And then I got postnatal depression because you gone through.
Yeah.
It was quite far gone, and I fell into the slippery slope. However, I did know that was the first time I felt different. It was the first time that I couldn't get off the sofa.
Yeah.
There was it was like an out-of-body experience where I was sitting there and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I really don't know what I'm doing. So luckily,
isn't me.
this isn't me. And I could start being negative, crying. And I know there's mums out there that are going to go, I know what she's talking about. This is me. So luckily enough, if you were in the stage where you have had a baby, or even when you were unfortunate like me, then you do get postnatal care, or still that care.
Yeah,
and I still had a nurse calling me.
Do you want to run your salon with confidence?
Then you have to come to me. I run an 8-week program from booked out boss to fired up salon owner. Go to my website, saloncoachingbiz.com, and you can book a complimentary, no obligation consultation with myself for a business analysis. I told her I can't get up, and she says, you've got postnatal depression. This is completely normal how you feel after what you've just gone through, and we sending you to somebody to talk to.
So good.
So I straight away went to this person to speak to that person, and this is that person recommended me the book.
Good. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think what I did was, again, I removed myself from the situation. I read the book in one go.
Yeah.
Now, again, I had the ability to wake up the next morning, put my big girl pants on and go, no, I'm not going to let this take me down. Not everybody has that ability.
No.
Not everybody can.
There's different variants and ranges.
Correct. So I just want to make sure that book helped for me. Yeah. So like I said, if that's who you are, it just gave you 7 structures or something like that. To overcome or to think differently, spiritual. We get it in there. You know when it's going to come into my head, it's going to be at 3:20 in the midnight at night. On my list. But yeah, so I think if you've got those thoughts that are starting to get you onto anxiety and depression and all that sort of stuff, there is so much help out there these days that
Just
they
put
really,
your hand up.
put your hand up. And I think trying to keep all those tabs open and keep on all up on the air, it's just going to create more, and you ain't going to surface. No. Once you're there, you can't fix it yourself.
Yeah.
You cannot fix it yourself. Like I was early on, I spoke to somebody, I went, that was different, but I can somewhat relate now because I understand the feeling, and I was unable to do something until I saw clarity. Yeah. Now, if you're in that position, you might be so far that you can't see clarity anymore, and that you need help. Now, people very close to me have got severe anxiety and depression, medicated, and also and so on. So I know the struggle and I know the stress, but when there is medication out there that can help you, and I think we don't have to be scared of that. And I think if you are suffering and you've got all your tabs open and you can't close them anymore, then I think step back and
reassess.
And accept it.
Love that.
Yeah.
There's no shame in getting help.
God no.
Yeah.
God no. Absolutely not. No. I know that was a bit of a...
That was a heavy one.
It was a heavy one. It was a heavy one. But, it needs to be talked about.
It does.
Yeah.
And I think everyone needs to feel supported.
Yes.
And know that, you're not alone.
We've said it many times, it's lonely on the top. If you're a salon owner and you've got all these tabs open and you feel that, and you go to that bottle and it's become a glass and it's become a bottle, and now you can't even see the end anymore, sisterhood.
Yeah.
And if you need somebody to talk to as well, we say yes.
Yes.
Oops. Yeah. So, but just to know that there is people out there who do want to listen, and we do want to help. And if that will become a priority box, because, that is all of a sudden, if that's how you feel, if you feel like, you need somebody to talk to, then, that's all of a sudden in our 4 quadrants, our priority job.
Yeah.
There
definitely.
You go. We will be ending on that.
Thanks for joining.
Thanks for joining. Don't forget, We're going to have all that either in the comments or when it comes out on Instagram. We do a couple of posts with those links in there as well.
Perfect.
See you later. Bye.